Now when I cover slope, another thing I like to include is similar triangles. And I'm assuming that students have been exposed to similar triangles in earlier courses, but I talk about it again. So as we talked about earlier, the slope is the change in y over the change in x. So to go from this point to this point, I can go up and over. Okay, so we have the change in y, this distance divided by this distance is our slope. But also, as we talked about earlier, it doesn't matter what 2 points you pick on the line to calculate your slope. You're going to get the same answer because the slope is the steepness, and no matter what 2 points you pick, the steepness doesn't change. So let's say instead of this point and this point, we pick this point and this point. Well, when we construct our triangle to go up and over, we end up with two similar triangles here. So we have this big triangle, and that is in proportion with the smaller triangle, this one here. In other words, this distance divided by this distance is in proportion, it's going to reduce to the same fraction as this distance divided by this distance. And then we can go ahead and show students that that indeed is the case. What is this distance? If we calculate the slope for these, we get, again, let me call this x1 and y1, call this one x2, y2, and we plug it into our formula. Change in y over the change in x. And when we plug this in, we get 5 minus 3 over 2 minus 1. We get 2 over 1 is 2. Let's say we pick these 2 points. Well, using the same formula, now let's call this one our x2, y2. So y2 minus y1 is 7 minus 3 over x2 minus x1, 3 minus 1. 7 minus 3 is 4, 3 minus 1 is 2, and 4 over 2 is 2. So it kind of drives home the point that it doesn't matter what points we pick on the line, we're going to get the same answer, but it shows us why. It's because no matter what 2 points you pick, when you compare the two triangles, the triangles are similar, and we know similar triangles are in proportion, i.e., this distance divided by this is the same as this divided by this.